Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Parker and Justin from Rip Fitness. Today we're going to be hitting a back workout. We're going to show you the whole full workout, show you a couple tips and tricks here and there. You ready?
Ready.
Let's get into it. All right, so we are getting warmed up right now. Justin's over on the lat pull downs, getting warmed up. Got to get nice and loose before we start anything, okay? So don't always just jump straight into your first set. Go ahead and get started on something light, like a lat pull down, anything like that. Any kind of row. Just get warmed up, nice and loose. You don't want to start off cold, picking up heavy weights at the back. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Finish getting warmed up, we'll get back to you.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Justin, me and Parker just finished warming up. Just got done warming up, if you will. So now we're about to start our first superset. The first exercise we picked today is just a simple dumbbell row. So there's a lot of ways that you can set your body up when performing a dumbbell row. I'm going to show you my technique that I like to do. If I'm working the right side of my back, I go left knee here, left hand here, and then my foot kind of catty cornered here. And now look at the position of my back. Nice and flat, nice and level. As I pull, there should be none of this pulling up with the body. Stay low, grab your weight, and drive back with your elbow towards your hip. So it's kind of like a sweeping motion as you pull back to your hip. The most common mistake I see when people do this is they do this. Is they get ready, boom. Now look at the elbow. Way boxed out. It's not going towards the hip. So that is completely wrong. And
So where's our elbow placement if it's correct?
Elbow placement should be along the side of the back of the body here, like this.
Versus what?
So this is correct, back towards the hip. And now this is wrong.
Okay.
Which I see people doing that all the day, all the time. But it's a quick, easy fix. You just have to know it. Okay. So now that I showed you guys that little tutorial, we're gonna start our first set. 5. I thought that was 65. Shit. Right here. All right, guys. So we're doing 4 working sets. We're gonna go for about 8 to 12 reps per side. So 8 to 12 on the right, 8 to 12 on the left. Let's kick this workout off. Let's go.
Come on. Nice.
Woo. Good weight.
All right, so now we're over to the lat pull down. We were warming up over here. Now we're gonna start doing our first working set, okay? And I wanna go ahead and show you guys some of the most common things that are done wrong on the lat pull downs, and then how to properly do it, okay? So when you come down, a lot of times I see people, they'll lean back and pull from here, right? Almost like they're doing a seated row, okay? And also I'll see people not pulling with their back, they pull with their biceps here. You're not getting much range of motion. Okay, so the first thing you wanna do when you're here, you're gonna be pulling down with your elbows, right? And we're not leaning back. Right, we're doing a pull down, so we're gonna pull straight down, leading with our elbows, all right? And that's really all there is to it. You just want to stay right over the bar. And all I'm doing is just moving my head back a bit, pulling right beneath my chin, and again, driving with the elbows. All right, and that's all there is to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my set, and we'll get back to you on the next one. All right, so we just finished up 3 sets on both. We're gonna wrap it up with our 4th set over here on the dumbbell rows. Justin's gonna walk you guys through what the drop set is if you guys aren't familiar with it. So So here he is.
All right, welcome back. So we just finished up 3 sets on lat pull downs. This is our 4th set, dumbbell rows. Every set we've done, we've gone up 10 to 20 pounds. So we're up to 100 pounds, that's our top set. We're gonna start with 100. We're gonna do maybe 6 to 8 heavy. We're gonna lighten it down to 70. We're gonna do another 8 reps, okay? Then our last one, we're going down to 40. We're gonna do 12 reps. So just to recap, 6 to 8 heavy reps, 8 reps moderate weight, and then 10 to 12 reps lightweight. All right, let's go. This is the set that we've been working up in weight for, so don't hold back, let it out. Let's go.
Where are we at now?
So now we're at 8 reps, 70 pounds, 8 reps, moderate. First 2 done, now we're on to the light one. 10 to 12 reps. You're gonna be fatigued, you're gonna be out of breath. Just calm down, refocus, regather. Let's get back to work.
Come on.
That's it. So when you're doing a big set like that, that's one side at a time. You don't want to finish one side and then immediately go into the next side, because if I were to check my heart rate right now, it's probably 170. So let it come down, recover, take 2 minutes, hit the opposite side. All right, let's get it.
My turn. All right, so now we're going on to pull-ups. Now, most of us aren't gonna be able to do a full pull-up body weight after we've been through 3-4 sets, especially pulling 100 pounds. So what you can do is, if you come over to your bar, if you don't have a squat rack that you can throw your band over the rack on, so if you don't have this, you can go ahead and come up to the top of your pull-up bar up here. You'll come look at this. You'll take it, your loop, put it in, and we'll pull it through here. Now it's gonna give you a tight band at the top and a loop at the bottom. And what you'll do, pull it down, put your foot through the loop. All right, and then now I'll just keep one foot out in front of me, just like so, pulling up, okay, through my pull-ups. So that's what you can do if you're already fatigued and you're starting pull-ups later on in the workout. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on these. We're going for how many reps, Justin?
We're going to failure.
Till failure, oh shit, okay.
Till we drop.
So we'll go ahead and get this set going. So what we do here is put it on our rack. I'll throw my feet right here on the bottom. Okay, today we're gonna go close grip on these. We've been doing wide grip for the past, 4 weeks now. So now we're gonna go close, work on the thickness of the back rather than the width, okay? So go ahead and get to my set, stop talking. One more thing, if you don't feel like you have the strength to do a pull-up, you feel like you've never been able to do a pull-up, this isn't just for someone that's able to do a bodyweight pull-up, okay? So even if you have to take 3 bands, start with 3 bands to the point where you feel like you're floating up there. Start that light and then move up, take a band off, take another band off. and then strengthen your back that way. Pull-ups are a great exercise to be doing to strengthen the back, create width and thickness, okay? So that's just a tip right there.
All right, so on to our second superset. Parker just showed you our first exercise of the second superset, which is close grip pull-ups. The next one's gonna be Smith machine barbell rows. I really like this one because it takes the lower back out of it. When you're doing like a regular barbell row, your lower back will sometimes get activated, which will hinder your focus of your reps. So let me show you how we're gonna perform this. So I already got my weight set. I got a plow box for increased range of motion. So if I didn't have this box underneath me, if I would go to reach down, this thing would bottom out and I wouldn't be able to get that full stretch. So the box is allowing you to get that full range of motion. So make sure if your Smith machine isn't tall enough, put that box underneath you. All right, so the next thing is I want to grab this bar maybe about 1.5 to 2 inches away from my shins. So about here. All right, and now just telling your brain the hand is the hook. We're gonna pull through our elbows. All right, but this machine's a little bit different. I'm real tight. So as I pull, if I just sat here, and I'll show you, this is gonna be wrong what I'm about to show you, all right? So if I just sat here and pull, look at the elbows. I want you to see my elbows. See how wide they are? And now if you look at the bar where it's hitting, it's up on my chest. All right, so that's not what we want to do. That's going to hit the upper back. It's not correct because we're trying to target the rhomboids, which are in the center part of the back. So what we need to do is as we pull, I gently lean in like this. So you kind of see how my body's rocking as I pull. That way, when I pull, I'm placing that bar right on my belly button. All right, so let me show you our first set. We're going to go for about 12 to 15 reps here. Up, shoulder blades back and down. Good burn right in between the shoulder blades. If you're feeling this in your lower back, if you're feeling it in the upper back, the traps, you're doing it wrong. So make sure you gently lean in, place that bar. When you pull up, it should hit right on the belly button. That's your spot for the mid back. All right, we're gonna get our second set. Let's keep it moving.
All right, so we finished up on our pull-ups and our bent over rows. We did 4 sets on each one. All right, we went and had to skip the drop set on the bent over rows because time is getting away from us. But if you can, go ahead and get a drop set on your bent over rows and or pull-ups. Now we're gonna start working on the abs and our lower back as well as some upper back, right? Do some upper back?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna do some upper back and some lower back and then we're gonna move on to abs. So let's go ahead and get into that.
All right, so we are finalizing towards the end of the workout. So we've got the big muscles of the back, like the rhomboids, the lats, we've got those fatigued. So now we're gonna work onto those smaller muscles like the spinal erectors, the lower back, and the upper back, which are little small muscles. So I'm gonna show you the upper back. This is gonna be prone dumbbell rows. Prone is basically a fancy term for chest supported. So we're gonna support our body on the bench and do some high rows. Okay, now let me just show you something, how to target the upper back. It's actually really simple, so just put this in your memory bank, okay? Because this is very important. When you're doing the upper back, all you need to do is bow out the elbows wide, okay? So line them up with the shoulders right here, because you don't want them in front of you like this. You want them kind of slightly behind the shoulder or at the shoulder level. Elbows out like this. So this would be elbows tucked, that would be the mid back, all right? So if I do them like this, that is all the upper back, all right? So let's go ahead and get your weights, and then get your chest real high up here. That way you can still breathe, get your feet underneath you. Okay, elbows bowed out, back towards the shoulders.
can see all across the top of the back here working. Good. And you're not going nearly as heavy on these as you would be going on like a dumbbell row, like we started off with. So start with much lighter weight and then work up from there. It's not really all about how heavy you're going to be pulling on these, but more about the contraction. Alrighty, so we're going to be starting with the lower back extension now. Justin just went ahead and went over the upper back. Now we're going to be working the lower back. So this is very important. A lot of people shy away from lower back because it sucks to work. But to get started, you're going to need a Roman chair. You most likely have one of these at the gym. It might not look exactly like this. You might have one you got to put your feet up in the front. Look a little sketchy to get into. But what you're going to do is go ahead and adjust the height where it's going to be right about to your waistline. I'm going to start with a 25-pound plate. You can grab a 10 or you can even do body weight. I'd recommend starting off with body weight and then going up from there. Okay, so to get started on this one, to at least get set up, we want to make sure our calves are at the back of these pads, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and put my hips all the way on the bench. I'll back my feet up on these pads. I'm going to grab my plate right here. If you don't have a plate, you can just keep your arms together. I'm going to come down all the way and come up just right about here, okay? Now some people, you'll see them come up and they'll come all the way up as high as they can and you'll start bending your knees, all right? You want to stay away from doing that. All we need to do is just come to the point where our lower back is up, but our hips are still planted on the bench. So coming down, posture up, squeeze the lower back. Back down nice and controlled, squeeze the lower back. All right, so I'm gonna go over Justin's real quick, explain the movement a little bit better as he's doing it. Now I can kind of show you that hyperextension whenever people come up too far, start targeting the hamstrings. So let's go ahead and show you that real quick. Justin's about to get started. All right, Justin, slow down, dude. You're doing it wrong.
This isn't right. That's
no,
right.
dude, no.
That's what I see people doing all day long. Shit.
That's the right way to do it, right?
Yeah, some hip thrusts.
All right, so to do it right, let's go ahead and plant the hips down. Perfect. See, now his knees are not bending. His hips are planted perfectly on the bench. He's coming up just to the point where he has to and back down. Now it's always nice and controlled. These aren't about stacking a bunch of weight, grabbing a whole bunch of weight. You can try it. You're going to be a whole lot more prone to injury. There's no point for it. So let's just keep it nice and light and controlled. You don't have them lower back extensions. All right, so we just wrapped up the workout for the day. Did our abs, lower back, and our upper back. So now we're going to go ahead and wrap up the video. If you guys enjoyed this, go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That way you're always notified when we post a video. Also, if you guys are interested in clothes, any apparel, merch, anything like that with Ripped, we just launched an online store on our website. We're looking to get some merch going, some more t-shirts, joggers, tank tops, anything like that. If you guys have any suggestions on what we should do, go ahead and send it down in the comments below, and let us know what you guys would like.
All right, and then as far as just like the working out stuff, even if you're just getting into it or you're seasoned like me, like one of the biggest things that helped me progress in my lifting career is not worrying about the weight that you're doing. So I used to be an ego lifter and just worry about going heavy and getting a certain amount of reps. Take that thought and throw it away. Like never think that again. Like, oh, I'm not going heavy enough, or oh, this is too. Pick a weight that you can really focus on your pull, whether it's a push that you can squeeze. It's comfortable, but it's also heavy comfortable. You don't want to go so heavy where you're just like, okay, I got 3 more, I got to get them no matter what. You want to make those reps, every rep, boom, focused and just where you're really dialed into that rep, okay? So that's just a quick tip that, everybody can benefit from. Lighten it up and focus on quality. Quality over quantity, all right? You guys have a good day. Enjoy the workout, and let's keep growing.
Yeah.